Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video today I'm going to be putting in the Grimmspeed turbo heat shield that I just got. And I got my car all set up here. Got this light up here so that I got plenty of light on the engine. I don't know why I never thought of this little setup before, but I kind of like how this looks. Anyway, so obviously with my aftermarket downpipe, this is essentially a Grimmspeed downpipe, but a catless one from PLM. Now I do not have a heat shield, and since I live in a hot area, I'm going to want to get a heat shield on there to keep my intercooler from getting heat soaked. So right now I'm going to take off the intercooler to make it easier to get my heat shield on. I'm going to take off the two turbo bolts, unmount the bypass valve, and then just take that thing off so that I can get to the bolt that's on this side of the turbo very easily. So let's go ahead and open the box real quick and take a look at it. Here's the box. Go ahead and open this up real quick. It's pretty simple inside with the packaging. It's essentially just the heat shield. It still has the wrap on it from being laser cut and bent. And inside the box, got your little packing slip, got the Grimmspeed sticker, and then taped to the bottom is the bolts that we're gonna need to mount it up to the turbo. So that's it, it's pretty straightforward. So now that we took a look at the packaging and now we know how it's all boxed up and shipped out, let's go ahead and get that thing installed in here. It should be pretty straightforward and simple. Alright, now that the intercooler is off, you have full access to every side of the turbo. So now let's go ahead and put that heat shield on. Now that we're ready to install, I'm going to take off this film on the heat shield. Should be pretty sticky, but come off very easily. Now I chose to go with the non-thermal, mostly because I think I'm gonna get a turbo blanket for this car. So I wasn't gonna spend the money on the gold wrap or the thermal treated one. So I just went with the stainless. You can see it's got the Grimmspeed logo engraved on the side there. Take this freaking wrap off. Alright, and there it is. Now that it's all unwrapped, it's ready to get bolted onto the turbo. Okay, and so the bolts that Grimmspeed gives you requires you to have a 10mm wrench. So that's what I'm going to be using to put this on. I'm just going to take this dipstick and put it out of the way for now, so that I can get to this hole easier on the side. And this is exactly why I wanted to take off the intercooler, because this bolt right here can be a freaking pain to get to if you don't. Okay, now that I got those bolts started, I'm gonna put this dipstick back in. And then I just gotta get the one more on the other side. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what I did to be able to tighten that bolt down there on the bottom. This bracket and all these lines here, they're kind of in the way. So what I did, I just bent this bracket down a little bit so I just had enough room to stick my hand down in between here. And then using a deep socket, it was the perfect length for me to stick it down in there and have the reach and be able to tighten it up. So I got 1, 2, 3 bolts tightened up, and that's pretty much it. Overall, the quality of this thing is super nice. I really like the engraving right there. It looks good. And not having a heat shield right there has been bugging me for a while because summer's on its way. And where I live, it gets to be about 110 every day. And I know that the intercooler is going to suffer some major heat soak during that time. So I'm glad I got that on there, and now I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now that I'm all done, I'm going to throw the intercooler back on and then we can take a look at how it looks all reassembled. Alright guys, we got everything back in. Everything's all tightened back down. And this is essentially how it looks completely installed with the intercooler and everything. It stands out pretty good and it makes the engine bay look a lot cleaner, I think. And I actually really like that Grimmspeed logo right there. So overall, I am pretty happy with the way everything turned out. Alright, so that's it for today, guys. Let me know what you think about this heat shield down in the comments. Let me know what heat shields you guys have used or what you're planning on using. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and click that subscribe button because we got more content on the way, and we will see you guys in the next video. Later.